time I heard you talk about life insurance as a wealth building tool. That's the other thing, right? Because I think that a lot of times when people talk about life insurance, they talk about life insurance in just to cover burial. But I've heard you talk about it in a way that could potentially help build wealth. At what point did you understand all of the different financial instruments that could actually help you not only, maintain your wealth that you have, but also continue to build it?
There are so many different ways that you can secure your wealth and build your wealth for generations. And too many different ways for us to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
If we're going to talk about life insurance specifically, there are different things I have to say about life insurance policies. So for one, I would talk about it in an investment sense. So when I was 26 and I was about to have my daughter, I was trying to, of course I was like stressed. I was like, okay, I need to invest in my daughter. I need to figure things out, blah, 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 And so that was when I was introduced to, of course I wanted to do a life insurance policy. So just in case something had happened to me during birth, you would be okay. But then they told me about, okay, it's not only just in case something happens to you during birth, but this is an investment policy. So as it's a investment life insurance policy, so you can invest into it. So as you get older, if you need to retire, you can pull out tax-free later on in life. So that was important to me because, obviously in the entertainment industry, sometimes, we making a lot of money when we're young, but then later on in life, you ain't popping like you used to, right. And the money ain't coming in the same. So you got to figure out like, okay, well, what I'm going to do when I get older, because everybody's not, everybody didn't set up their 401k or whatever they were setting up, when they had their regular jobs. If you don't have a regular job, you may not be thinking the same. Yeah. So I was like, okay. So they asked me all these questions like, okay, well, when do you think you want to retire? At that time, I thought, I want to retire at 40. Right. So I'm 44 now, okay, just to tell you. So anyway, so I was like, I'm going to retire at 40. So they was like, okay, and what do you think, how much money you think you'll need a year? I was like, I think I'll need like $250,000 a year. That'd be good. And they was like, okay. So they told me how much money I need to put in it a year to be able to take out $250,000 a year starting at 40 until I would be 99, $250,000 tax-free until I turned like 99 years old. Yeah. Now, mind you, that money would be protected. So it's like, so say for instance, let's say you come into, or let's say you balling, okay, and you get this life insurance policy or whatever, and let's say somebody sues you, or let's say we'll use OJ Simpson. Everybody knows OJ Simpson got sued or whatever, and they won all this money from him, but somehow he's still able to live and he's maintained, because from what I was told, most of his money was in life insurance or whatever. And so you can't take money from somebody's life insurance policy. Yeah. So he's able to still live off the money that he's able to pull out of his life insurance every year. Yeah. So even though he's living, he's still able to pull that money out, I guess, annually. That's a bar right there. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's a major gem. For people who are making money, it's a good idea or a good tool for you to look at, because obviously when you make money, people are always trying to sue you, trying to get you. And you need to figure out ways to protect your money. So that's one way to look at it. Now, for people who don't have no money, a friend of mine told me one day, they said that they had a homegirl who had took life insurance policies out on all of her close friends, like 5 of them. Yeah. And as they all got older, people start dying off one by one. Yeah. And before you know it, she was a millionaire from the life insurance policies that she had taken out on friends. So let's just say you're in your 20s right now, right? And each of your friends, you had got a $200,000 life insurance policy on. Now, when you're in your 20s, those life insurance policies are not that much. Right. For a couple $100,000, you'd be surprised it's not as much money because you're in your 20s. For sure. So you paying on it, and then you never stop paying on it now. And then you pay on it. And then, Lord forbid, one of your friends died in a car accident. Lord forbid, boom, you got $250,000.
Right.
Now that may sound really sad for you to benefit off of your friend's death, but let's think about how many of our friends out here did not have any life insurance, and we having to get a GoFundMe
Right.
to bury them. Well, not only were you able to get money for yourself, but you was able to bury your friend. You was able to put some money aside for your friend's child's college fund and some other things, and money for yourself. So we got to think of things differently, because the thing that a lot of Black people don't do, a lot of white people are doing. A lot of white people are doing life insurance policies. And that's how they all getting rich when they family members die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We, on the other hand, unfortunately, a lot of us are having GoFundMes for when we lose family members. And that's a sad thing. And so we might need to think about things differently. So that's why I always
because we're all going to die, right?
Everybody's gonna go at some point. We don't like to think about it, but we should. And the best time to think about it is when you're 20-something, when you don't want to think about it, because it's cheap then.
Right.
So get it when you're young, when you're kids, when they teenagers, when they 20-something, when they super young, because it's cheap. And then you keep on paying it. And then unfortunately, if something happened, and then everything is taken care of, and then you're gonna have some money. It's so sad to say, but people get rich like that.
Right.
So why Black people can't start getting rich like that?
Right. I mean, and like you gave me way more than like that's a bar, right? Because what people don't realize is, again, we're all going to die regardless. And I know, I was a wealth manager before, and that was actually a strategy that every single person in the family got life insurance. The beneficiary was actually a trust, right? And so now, every time somebody in the family died, the money went to a trust account. And then now the trust had rules. It's an irrevocable trust. And so when people from the family wanted to borrow money, they went to the trust. And then over and over and over again, that family will never have to deal with poverty at all. And it's helping to, build that family trust. And so
I like that idea too. I never thought about that.
See,
now build a family irrevocable trust and put everybody in life insurance. I might try that.
Look.
That is an idea.
We heard it first inside the vault.
I like that. That's a good one, because then it take care of everybody.
Right. And the good thing about putting it in an irrevocable trust is that literally every time somebody dies, it's not like somebody could say, you know what, forget it. I want to take this money. No, the irrevocable trust now has rules, right? And so whoever's the administrator says, this is the rules.
Yeah, and if they get divorced, and nobody can come and get it from them.
Exactly.
So you ain't got to worry about, baby's girlfriend came and took the money from him, or his wife took it, and nobody can take it from the family. It stays in the family.
Exactly. And what happens when you do it that way as well is that because you set certain rules up, now, you could use it as the family bank. You don't have to go to a financial institution. You could go to the trust to borrow money to start the business, and the money continues to go by. And then you put life insurance on every single person in the family. And so, definitely a wealth tool. And so speaking of family, to watch the full episode, go to the Earn Your Leisure YouTube channel or subscribe to Inside the Vault with Ash Cash on all podcast outlets.
Liabilities